The Miyoo Mini and its big brother, the Miyoo Mini Plus, running Onion OS are my favorite retro gaming handhelds. Onion OS lets you choose from a ton of different themes to customize your device just the way you want it. They can store and play tens of thousands of games. They can emulate arcade systems, handheld systems, and home consoles. These little technological marvels can even play PlayStation and Nintendo DS games. However, on these higher-end systems, when advanced 3D graphics are turned on, you'll begin to see these devices start to slow down. It's at this point that many people start to make compromises by turning on frame skipping or reducing the resolution to help increase the speed. But the good news is you don't have to compromise, because you can safely overclock the CPU on these devices and squeeze out some extra performance. Today I'm happy to announce the launch of the CPU Overclock app for Onion OS. Now you can get an extra 20 to 30% boost in performance. The Overclock app allows you to switch CPU clock speeds on the fly. It's free and open source, won't harm your device, and you can install it today. So time for a demo. Let's see a before and after. Right now, I am running the Miyoo Mini Plus at its default CPU frequency. We're playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 from the PlayStation 1, and keep an eye on the bottom left-hand corner of the screen where there's the FPS frames per second, and you'll see that we're dipping down into the 40s, sometimes even into the 30s. And while this is playable, it's definitely not optimal, and we can squeeze some more performance out of this. So in a second, I'm going to pause the game, and then we'll switch over, and we'll use the CPU app to go ahead and overclock this and get a bit more performance. So I'm going to go to the apps menu, then I'm going to go down to CPU overclock, and right now we're at 1200. I'm going to boost this all the way up to 1800, then to go ahead and exit the app. And now when we go back into Tony Hawk Pro Skater, we should have much more stable performance than before. So we're going to load her back up. I'm going to turn the frames per second back on, and you can see that we're staying in the 50 to 60 range. There shouldn't be any dips down into the 40s or 30s from here. So let's just give it a second, take a look. You can see everything's moving much faster. Things are going a lot better. Well, except for my playing, obviously. But give me a break. I'm playing through the phone, so as I'm recording this, my playing has not improved, but the game performance itself has. So we'll just keep going for a minute here, just to show that we are not getting any dips down like we were before. And in fact, I'll go ahead and turn on the fast forward, and you can see that we can get up into like the 70s, even the 80s here. When we turn on fast forward. Now, fast forward obviously makes it even more difficult for me to play the game, but just for the sake of performance testing, you can see that we can get 70, 80 frames per second when we turn on fast forward. So that is the difference between before and after with overclocking. All right, let's wrap this up. With the CPU Overclock app, you can maximize the performance of your device. It automatically detects if you're on a Miyoo Mini or a Miyoo Mini Plus. For the Miyoo Mini, you can crank it up to 1600 MHz, or push the Miyoo Mini Plus up to 1800 MHz. This app is 100% free and open source. Grab the link to my GitHub in the description below and supercharge your Miyoo Mini experience. Smoother gameplay, more power, who doesn't want that?